And joined by Herbie Halsey, Westside High School football coach. Westside with a big victory tonight over Wyoming East. I know that you guys, and especially the players though, Herbie, happy to get that shovel back, the golden shovel.
Oh goodness, yeah, they're tickled to death. We lost it my first year here. I transferred down with these boys that are seniors now, and not take away anything from Ben Price and Matt Blankenship and Travis Cook and that bunch that we had back then. But we lost it back then on my behalf. It was a coaching decision that I made, and it bit us. So I was glad to get it back.
Talk about the spark too that you got from Blackburn when he returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. I mean, you don't even have to run an offensive play, and you're already up 8-0 in a row.
Oh yeah, gosh, yeah, I love that kick return. This is kick return I played in youth at high school that Coach Beckelheimer stole from Independence, and I tell them parting of the Red Seas. It does, but if they run for that hole, it'll open up for them.
So it was an old play.
It's an old kick return that Independence used years ago that Beckelheimer stole from them.
And is there is a name for it, or do you have?
I just call it 54. 54.
And it did work like it's supposed to, because Blackburn told me he saw the hole open. As soon as he saw the gap, he knew he was gone.
It's one of those kick returns that's going to be there. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to line up just perfect, and it did on that opening kick, and I was tickled to death to get it.
And then you were able to get just a phenomenal game by your quarterback, Jaxon Cogar. Probably the best game. Well, the best game he's played here. He said probably the best game he's ever played.
Probably
4
so.
touchdown passes, 3 rushing touchdowns. Talk about his play tonight.
I had no clue what his stats were. He plays big. He plays above his level. And we saw it last year as a freshman. And I've told the kid a couple of times, he's come off the sidelines, made a few mistakes, and I said, Jaxon, honey, if I didn't have confidence in you, I wouldn't have put you there. So, I have confidence the boy has got the tools and has got the knowledge and got the ability.
Obviously, and I made a point not to ask him about his brother. I'm sure that probably gets old, but, Justin is calling some of these plays, and I think he's passing game coordinator, if that's correct.
Correct.
And look at the
they
numbers.
kind of work together. They do. They kind of work together as one cohesive unit between him and Tyler Dunnigan. And having an all-state lineman that went to the finals in single A football with man, and having an all-state quarterback, it's a win-win.
And both of them are doing a fabulous job.
Fabulous job.
Jimmy Atkins told me after the game just a little while ago that he was a little surprised by the running game and what you were able to get from Jaxon Cogar in the run game. Maybe they hadn't seen it on film, but you haven't really. I know you put a lot of stuff in for this week. Talk about the things you put in and how that fed what he was able to do.
We didn't put a whole lot of extra in this week. I try to put maybe 1 or 2 things in a week just to give a coach or 2 down the line something to think about. We just practice our offense, practice things that we've already had in and try to hone in on what we have.
Another kid you got to be happy for. I know that you used this kid during his career as a quarterback. You used him in receiver, and he was a receiver tonight. And it was his birthday, 17th birthday.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Spencer Kenney. You got to be happy for a kid
Great
like that.
Great kid. Oh, I can't sing his praises high enough. He's Mr. Consistent, and he's the kid that's going to get you. You throw the ball to him, he's going to make sure he fights back to get the ball. They may not get a whole lot of yak, but he will get you that football, and he will get you the first down.
And he made a big play on the interception when he laid out to pick the ball off and stop a scoring opportunity for Wyoming East. But if you look back, and I know it ended up being a 25-point game, there was a score late, and then
right.
At that point they could have maybe gotten the game, but he made a big play right there too.
I thought that was kind of icing on the cake for the boy. It being his birthday, and played a whale of a game. Had one touchdown in
right.
the game. I don't know how many catches, several key catches at times when we needed to keep the drive alive. So I just thought that was just kind of the icing on the cake for the kid for his birthday. It'll be one he'll probably never forget.
And able to get for these seniors, you got to be really happy to get that shovel back, because they never had possession of it.
All right, they've never had possession of it. We had an opportunity that when they were freshmen, things went the way they went. But they've been striving for 3 years to get it after that, and we fell short. Wyoming East just a better team the last 2 years, and it was our year this year.
Do you think that Jaxon Cogar can end up having more plays in the run game as you progress? I mean, do you really need him out there running around? I mean, it's just something he can really give you.
We're going to get what we need. I mean, you know, or take what they give us. The defense is going to hit Blake good hard. They're going to come at Blake, and they're going to keep Blake, and they're going to try to do their best to shut him down. Well, that's fine. Shut him down, then we're going to throw it to a receiver here, a receiver there that's got some speed.
You think this will benefit Blake down the road?
I believe it will. Yeah, I believe it will. I mean, you saw late in the ball game, he broke free for a how many yard run?
Right.
I don't remember. I don't know the stats right off the top of my head, but
he did have a nice run in that situation.
Yeah.
Defensively, they were able to put some points on the board. Is that a concern for you, or no, because you had such a lead? And you were 2 scores up most of the game.
We had a blitz called at one time. They had the right call for the right defensive call against us, and they scored on that. And, you know, that's on us. A couple of those were missed tackles and just mental mistakes that allowed things to happen, you know.
I know, too, that you seem to have a pretty good relationship with Jimmy Atkins. Obviously, the rivalry's here, but you know, maybe not so much among the coaches. Talk about your relationship with him. He's a first-year young coach. I know you came over, gave him a hug after the game. Talk about that. I know you seem to have an affinity for that guy.
Well, you know, starting at 0-4, it's tough. You know, heck, I've been there. And you stay in this business long enough, you're gonna have those years. And he seemed like a great guy. What I've talked to him here and there, I know he's a public servant with the day report program or something of that nature with the county, you know, and being a public servant myself, that I've got a heart for that. You know, if you go out and serve the public, you know you have to take a lot of junk you don't want to take, and it's a very thankless job.
All right, Herbie, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
No problem, buddy.